What's up and good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video. Danny, aka SoCal Greg A, say hi.
Hi.
Today we've got a pretty big task at hand. As you can see, we are on a dirt road. Now, this is not the dirt road that leads directly to the ranch. This is like an emergency road, a fire road. Sometimes if you're bringing in big trailers out to the ranch, it's easier to take them down this road than it is the super windy paved road. So today, guys, we're actually gonna be trucking a bunch of dirt out here. You can see this big exposed culvert pipe. Well, this thing was clogged the last couple of rainstorms. You can see again, just like at my property, all the sediment runs down. You get this sandy mix, and then once it dries, it becomes like a, I don't even know, like clay, and it just completely stops up pipes like this one. And when that happens, the water overruns it and just creates this giant cavern going all the way down the road. And that's no bueno. It is very hard to pass. Thankfully, I have the Bronco, but like most other cars that come through here, they're not passing it very easily without damaging their bumpers and stuff like that. So last month, I came up here, dug out that drain, and fixed the issue of the water overrunning it. But you can see there's been a lot of damage since then. I've actually filled this in once, kind of, with some of the dirt that's here. The other issue is when people drive over this and the culvert pipe is exposed, the culvert pipe gets completely squished down like that. That's not good. It's only gonna hold up for so long before that pipe is extremely just squished and destroyed. And then we're starting to get cuts and tears in the pipe, and that's gonna damage some tires. We've got a lot of work to do. The problem is though, this dirt out here, as soon as you start to run like your rippers through it to try to like get some dirt to use, because obviously, you know, we have to bring dirt to here to kind of cover over the culvert pipe. So if I start down there with my box blade, dig in and try to dig up some dirt, all I'm doing is digging up like 3 to 8 inch rocks, and I'm talking thousands of them. And that's even if you can get through. Sometimes there's giant boulders underneath this that like the rippers will just dig into and stop the entire tractor. So I've pretty much given up hope on using this dirt. We can use it to fill in some of this small stuff, but for the big stuff like this, we're gonna have to bring in some dirt, and that's where Danny comes into play. Yay! And does a little jig. We're gonna be using the F600 dump truck today. We're gonna be using the Coyote tractor. We're gonna be going to James's house because I think he's got a lot of really nice road base that'll be good to lay down here, and we're gonna be taking it from there. We're gonna be trucking it over here. It's kind of a mission to get over here. Danny's gonna be the big trucker today. Yay.
I'm a little nervous about that.
We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what happens. There's not a whole lot of space to turn around, so he's gonna have to dump, go all the way to the top of this road, turn back around. It's gonna be a little bit time consuming. I wish I had a bigger dump truck today, but you know, hey, you work with what you got. It's one of those things, everybody living out here, you know, like I like to do my part. This is a very vital road, especially for fires. The fire station's like right at the top of this road, so this is how they race down to get to our valley and our house and all that. So it's important that this road is in good condition, and I don't mind spending the time and the fuel and whatever it takes to do my part out. And bring Danny.
Hi.
All right, Danny.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go get some equipment. I haven't seen my dump truck in like 2 months. My neighbor's been doing a bunch of work to it. He absolutely loves that truck, so I just leave it over there. You've never seen the truck?
I've actually never seen the truck.
All right, well, you're gonna meet it today and drive it. So again, thankfully I have the Bronco, but you will see, and GoPros make things a lot smoother than they actually are in person. But when I come up here in like my old trucks, this road is rough. Danny just came up it right now.
Sorry.
And again, this is with like the long travel on the Bronco, which eats up most of this stuff. But if you're not dodging some of these potholes and some of these big like ruts that the rain made, you're getting pretty beat up. Pick your race lines over here.
Those Kings really do a really good job.
It is nice.
Yeah, that long travel was actually soaking these up.
I did think about doing this video in the 6.0 just to show people how bad this actually is.
Shit, we could have taken mine.
Again, this is probably, I don't know, what would you say? This is a mile of road? Give or take? Maybe
about a mile.
About a mile that we're gonna be working on and doing our best here to get done today. There we go, that guy's working hard. Hopefully he doesn't get mad that we're going to be running dump trucks back and forth past him, because he's kind of right at the entrance of this road. Danny, what do we say when people question us?
No blame less.
All right, we just stopped by my neighbor's, picked up the old F600. She's got a new clutch master and slave cylinder and all kinds of stuff in her. She is pretty dialed right now, so this should be the best she has ever ran.
That clutch is so long.
It's a good workout.
Yeah.
Leg workout, arm workout with the no power steering. It's a fun truck. Downshifting's not really a thing. So I wouldn't count on that being fuel.
It's a learning curve.
It is a learning curve, yeah. You're gonna have fun with it though.
First gear is like non-existent pretty much. It's like, go, okay, shift me.
Yeah, you just stay in second. Second, third.
Yeah, I figured that one out.
Alrighty, we have hopped in the Coyote tractor. Danny is somewhere behind me right there in the F600. We're gonna head over to James's house. We're gonna take a look at the material that he's got. I believe he's over there crushing some concrete up right now. We are ready to get to work. All right, we have arrived at the Get Muddy Ranch, made it through security. Or James's operation over here. What are we doing? There's some good stuff right here. Yeah, look at this. Jeez.
We will have a nice road one day. Gonna happen. Might take a while.
Got my trucker here. He's never driven this truck before, so it should be a fun day.
I've never even driven that truck.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's fun. It's a learning curve, don't get me wrong.
So here's the material we're gonna be taking. It is right there in that pile. James has screened all the big rock out of it. There's still some like rocks about that size in there. Might use that as a nice base layer to build up what we want, like the bulk of what we want to do, and then bring like a nice top layer over top of that. We shall see, but we're gonna do our first load right now. Danny's gonna pull the dump truck up over there. We'll get it loaded up, and then we'll probably go with him on this first trip and see how everything goes, make sure everything's cool, make sure the guy that's grading the other part of the road doesn't get a butt hurt that we're working on it today. Go scoop number one. This is some wet stuff. We're loaded pretty heavy. This stuff is super wet. So we'll see how she does. I think that's 4 or 5 scoops. Yeah, hopefully we do all right. All right, buddy. You ready?
Yeah.
Trip number one.
My bad. Does the odometer on this thing work? Because that matches right up with that.
I mean, it's a good possibility. I think there's only 75,000 miles on this thing. I genuinely do.
Next service due, 7,542. 7,542. You need an oil change.
It's already been changed. We're good.
All right.
My neighbor maintenance everything. I'll probably just go around.
Oh, I'm already turning this way.
All right. Cover that dip.
Yep. Saw that last second.
So far, things are great. You got the double collection concept. There you go.
Yes.
Easy peasy, buddy.
Like the downshift.
Yeah, yeah. We got. Maybe we just back down this hill and then and then we start over. You're gonna learn to love this truck, Danny. Trust me.
I already do. It's just me, hills.
Check us out. Papa Rhino found like a child's. I think you put this mirror on like a car seat so you can see your kid, and stuck it on there. So we got a mirror. I mean, that's way better than it was with no mirror. You had no clue where you were.
Come on, girl. There we go. There we go. Now we're cooking.
Big rig trucking.
Snow, you hired?
I don't know if he saw what I just saw. I don't think so. You know, it's days like this where DIY people own Super 10s.
Yes.
You can actually drive with some speed. This thing is perfect for around the ranch. How guys hauled grain into town with these things back in the day, I don't know. I mean, there are probably some paved roads.
Come on, girl.
Danny, don't stall her right here, man. This is a steep hill.
Yeah.
All right. You're just gonna have to stop, put her in her first gear, and try to take off again. Oh. Yeah. Let's see what you got on this hill, Danny. We ain't backing all the way down this hill. Uh-oh. Why does it sound like that? That sounded horrible.
Huh.
It sounded like it was running.
It sounded like it was running, but trying to start.
Look at the fuel gauge is on empty. I think we starved it coming up this hill. All the fuel's away from the, yeah.
So it looks like I am rolling back down.
This is a long hill to roll back down.
Well, here comes James.
Is he? Well, we got far. Great mission today. Great mission. This is all the gas I have at the ranch, dude.
You good or did you die?
A little bit of both.
go. Give her a go. See what happens. Oh.
She don't want to.
It's my driver's first day on the job.
I have a strap.
He's a Formula One racer, heel toeing it right now. Give it some gas to start up. Give it a little throttle.
Oh, that helps.
All right, go ahead. Oh yeah, there we go, buddy.
There we go.
You gonna be able to do this without me?
Now that I have that, yeah, probably.
All right, I'm gonna take it off. You ready? Wrestle that steering wheel, Danny. Wrestle that steering wheel. All right, we got her now, guys. Just takes a little feather in.
She smells warm.
She smells very warm. It's not a good smell.
No,
I loaded you pretty heavy. I probably shouldn't have done that for our first trip. But you know, you gotta see what you can get away with.
Yeah. I mean, temp gauge is still reading low.
And we do know that gauge works.
She smells very warm.
I don't know what we're smelling, but yeah. So we put her into low gear so we can get to second gear because we were putting up in first gear and we were running at pretty high RPMs. We don't want to do that. So we put it in second, low. So it's got a splitter on it. It's a 2-speed rear end. She smells real warm and we are just having to keep going up and up. I mean, you can see this hill right here in front of us is pretty steep.
The camera's not doing it justice. It is. We're like this.
Oh no, girl. We don't need to overheat on our first run. She's had a lot of work done to her. She's running good. We don't want to destroy that. Right here. Right here's a good spot, Danny.
Hey, hey.
She's good. She's good. I'm gonna let you dump her.
Okay, so clutch in, push the PTO in.
Clutch in, PTO all the way in. There you go. Clutch back out. PTO's engaged. Now dump her. You gotta pull that thing hard. She takes some girth. She's gonna need some throttle. There we go. Yep. There we go. First load. 3 hours later. I don't like that sound either, but sounds like she's
giving it to you.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're smoking. Yeah, you're smoking. Yeah, you're smoking.
All right. We should be all right. She's a little toasty there. Radiator smoking a little bit. The old 290, you know, maybe a little more suited for grain, a little less suited for heavy wet dirt. Will it keep going up?
Gets there and does not want to go up.
Oh no. We might have found the limits of this thing. So we didn't bring a shovel. She does not want to dump any further past here. It sounds like the PTO is not fully engaged. I mean, it's pressed all the way in. I know my neighbor was like tweaking with it a little bit.
I got everything pushed in, pulled out.
Yeah. I mean, again, I also loaded her pretty heavy. This stuff is super wet. What's that? You fighting a bug?
Yeah.
Are you sure it's a real bug? The gas fumes aren't getting to you? So she's, oh no, she's still smoking a little bit. And the temp gauge is supposed to be working. What?
It's metal.
Yeah, the temp gauge shows good, right?
It's metal.
Huh. I mean, you can see where it leaked out of the cap a little bit. Got a little bit of green right there. Well, this day might have just turned into a bust. I don't know how we're gonna get this unloaded, and I really don't want to continue up the hill with this much dirt in here. Clearly the truck's not happy about it, and we have no shovel. Alrighty, y'all, I'm gonna try to see if we can put her all the way back down, see if we give her a little bit of throttle from the get-go.
She's not moving.
Yeah, now she's not moving at all.
Oh, there she goes.
Come on, girl, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. don't like that sound, but what choice do we have right now? Come on, old girl. Come on, old girl. I mean, she'll go, but man, we're destroying something. Can you get up there and kick some off? Maybe. It's pretty wet.
That's wet.
Just got a feather her up.
It's coming.
Come on, old girl. I heard a couple pieces fall out.
You got like 2 shovelfuls. I'm afraid if I jump up there, my fat ass is just gonna.
Nah. They don't make them like this no more, Danny. Nowadays they work.
I was just about to say.
Come on, old girl. I don't like that at all.
There it goes.
Well, kinda.
Man, you got literally all the stuff at the top.
Just stuck there?
Yeah.
I'd get out and film this, but if I take my foot off the brake, we ended up at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah.
You're doing good, buddy.
I got this. Maybe not.
Think if I drive forward, it'll like knock some loose? Or is that a bad idea?
I doubt it. Like, this shit's wet.
So I pulled up. I couldn't film this because I need all my hands. Pulled up, slid back, slammed on the brakes, and it seems like a good amount came out. I'm gonna do that one more time, all right?
Okay.
You want to get out of there?
Kinda.
You probably should.
But it's also really high, so I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I'll just wait.
Just ride it down, Danny. It's a slide. It's like at the carnival.
Try to take some of this shit with me.
I was just watching your shadow. Let me get back on my wheel chock here.
So,
you know when those days just don't go as planned at all? That's today. Okay. Well.
should I tell you that the PTO is also smoking?
Is it?
Yeah, a little bit. Oh, and leaking.
Yeah, well, the leaking part probably makes it miserable. I feel like it would have benefited me to become a mechanic. I could do a lot of things, but diagnose what's going on here.
No fuel. You got no fuel.
I mean, the gauge is reading now. Yeah, we're not as steep of a hill as we were earlier.
Pull the choke a little bit.
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Did you let it out?
It's back out now. Hey guys, so we can't get it restarted. It might be flooded, but we're also scared of killing the battery. So we've got my neighbor coming out here. Hopefully he brings his tractor just in case we got to tow this thing back. We're at the worst spot. Like it's a mile of, you know, downhill, half mile of uphill. Either way, this is not good. I don't know why the PTO is doing what it's doing. Hopefully we didn't just destroy the PTO shaft by trying to force this, but we didn't have like an option. We needed to unload this to keep the truck somewhat happy. You can see how wet this stuff is. I mean, this stuff's super stuck in here. Yeah, we definitely should have brought a shovel. Alrighty, our help has arrived.
And there's $20 right now.
All right, deal.
For the truck.
No.
Take it home.
Hey, you can take the Ranger back. I'll pick the Ranger up later.
Oh, that's real nice of you.
Yeah. Okay, so tell me what happened.
So she got a little warm coming up the hill.
It got hot, did it, on the temperature gauge?
No, temp gauge showed right in the middle.
Okay, that's good.
So we dropped her into the low gear on the rear end.
Okay.
And we made it up to here.
Okay. The motor runs or no?
Well,
The hydraulic thing, it just may be low on fluid. The gear part of it's the PTO itself. It's hanging on the side of the transmission.
gotcha.
Yeah. So, and that cable, from your experience, is in the right position.
Yep.
If it was me, and I am here, so it is me, I would disengage the PTO, leave the bed like it is.
Yep, I pulled her out after we couldn't get it started. So the PTO is disengaged right now.
Disengage right
Yep.
now. All right, so let me hear it try to start. Okay, pump the gas one time. Try it again. Pump the gas again. Try it again. Okay, hold the pedal all the way down. Now try it. Flood it. It's doing the same thing. You got enough out? Yeah, we're close to it. You have to go up and turn around. Yeah. To see where we're going. Well,
Yep. Should be good.
see if you go up and turn around.
Shoot, Danny, this thing runs great, buddy. What are you complaining about?
I just wanted to have a romantic time, enjoy the view.
All right. So my neighbor says it sounds like it's running rich, or smells like it's running rich. So he did put a new carburetor on it, which you think maybe there's something wrong with the new carburetor. PTO, he says it sounds like we're low on fluid, or seems like we're low on fluid, which is a good possibility. I know it did leak out over time. Alrighty, well, good news is we're not having to tow that back, because I was about to make a really long, not so fun day out of this. Not that it already hasn't been a long, not so fun day.
I mean, it's been kind of fun.
I've had worse days. Good news is though, again, I have a neighbor as a mechanic who loves and has worked on thousands of these engines. So he could hear that when this thing finally started back up, it was like surging. So we have the throttle pulled out right now, just to the point of where it doesn't sound like it's surging anymore. And again, this is basically just gonna get us pretty much back to his house.
So I didn't do anything.
Well, we gotta wait till we get the diagnosis back. Yeah, power steering was a great invention.
Just looking to add to one of those.
Hydraulic. I'd take full hydraulic steering at this point.
I'll take anything at this point. Well, hold on. That sounded bad. I'm gonna redact that.
Right?
I think one of my favorite things is that the footrest right there is still accessible.
Right.
And it's actually really comfortable.
Okay, so we're getting a tune-up now. This is a great shop. You can just drive on up,
Yeah.
get a tune-up. So my neighbor is adjusting everything. He said one of the screws had backed its way all the way out and was super rich.
So that's what you're doing when you're letting off the gas.
Yeah.
And if it's too rich, then, or if it's not right, it could be too lean, it'll drop off.
Gotcha.
But all the signs were it was too rich. It smelled of it, black smoke. We seen being behind you and stuff.
Okay.
Now, go ahead and shut it off. We'll let it set a minute. You should just be able to. You should just have to touch the key and it should start.
Okay.
Try it. That's what it should do. That's what it's done for me, even when it's cold.
You don't feel nothing?
Let me get a stick. It's got a filter on it, so no worries. That's too long of a stick, though.
The story of my life. We're about halfway.
Now it's down quite a ways. I'm going to put a little bit more in, then we're going to lower it and check it again.
Okay. Okay guys, so we are all dialed in now, again, hopefully. We had about 1/3 of a tank of hydraulic fluid. Not none, but probably not as much as we needed. My neighbor did say a lot of the sounds we were hearing sound like a tired hydraulic pump. So we're gonna put enough in here that we think it can just idle up, which is normally how I've always dumped things. I've never actually had to give it too much throttle to get this thing to dump anything, really. So we're gonna see, we're gonna try another load. We'll be lighter. Danny says I have to drive this time. We'll see if it goes a little smoother. What happens if it was just the driver?
I'll take the heat.
Alrighty, so we're gonna go get loaded up again, and I think we're only gonna end up getting 2 loads out today before it starts to get dark. Now, we might still be overloaded. I put 3 scoops in this time instead of the 4 or 5 we did last time.
Lighter.
What?
What happened to loading it lighter?
It's kind of lighter. I put more towards the back.
I did notice that.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna drive the truck this time. Danny's gonna follow me in the tractor, because again, if this is the only 2 loads we get out today, we might as well just already have the tractor up there to spread it. Got all my snacks. I left these in the tractor. I was kind of missing these. But we'll see. Let's see how the truck does. Now, in Danny's fairness, and it might do the exact same thing with me driving, but this truck is not a super easy truck to get used to. I mean, it's a 1960s, you know? Like, they ain't like the new trucks. But she fires up nice. So it might have just been super out of adjustment as well. He's also never really driven a tractor. So anything other than a skid steer, let's see if he's got this. Now the orange lever on the side of the steering wheel, put it forward. Well, we're about halfway there. So far the truck's doing fine, but again, there ain't no hills in front of us. And I noticed our fuel gauge has gone down significantly. I imagine we used quite a bit getting up the hill the last time. So I hope by us going up a hill at that angle, we're not starving it of fuel again. We shouldn't be. You would think that like it would account for like going uphill, but I'm gonna see if you guys stay on the dash right there, you know? These old trucks got nice big old flat dashes. I miss not having Danny in here to film. Close my air conditioning window over here. It's getting a little chilly. I don't know where Danny is. I stopped and talked to Chris. Chris was coming down the road right now. We stopped and talked to him for a little bit. Still didn't see Danny, so hopefully there's no issues in the tractor. Now, I wish downshifting in this thing was easier, but she does not like to downshift while you're moving. Let's see, go to 3rd. Oh, we actually got it to downshift. All right, guys, I'm gonna prepare though for this hill. We're gonna put her in 1st, or should we go 2nd low? Maybe you guys can see what we're up against. Again, everything doesn't look as steep on camera, but that's a pretty steep hill right there. So I feel like 2nd low gives us better RPMs than 1st does in 1st high. Go 2nd. And I don't know, are you supposed to clutch it when you split the rear end? Let me know, guys. I'm gonna clutch it. There we go. Now we're in 2nd low. Let's see how the truck does. We are climbing the hill. But again, now we're not like screaming. I think being in 2nd low is better to keep us from screaming. It's also gonna keep the engine cooler. Yeah, so much for that, huh? The truck's doing pretty good right now, I gotta say. Compared to our 1st attempt at this hill, she's doing pretty good. She's doing pretty good. We learned lessons. Every trip, you learn a lesson. Gotta say. Ain't that bad. Okay, we're coming up on the next hill. This one's a little steeper than the last one. Still 2nd gear, low. I think this is her spot, y'all. 2nd gear low, and just don't expect to get anywhere quick. And I think it keeps the truck kind of happy. Our temps are looking pretty good, assuming our temp gauge is good. Now, I don't know if you guys heard earlier, but my neighbor said that he actually left the radiator cap loose. So that smoking we saw wasn't because it was overheating, which is good because the temp gauge didn't say it was overheating. It was just some that had maybe built up a little pressure and spilt out the top and then was just smoking on the hot engine. So that makes me feel a lot better that we weren't just cooking the engine. I think we just had the very wrong approach and improper tuning on the carburetor, but we are almost to the pile. You can see the truck just sounds much happier and healthier, and we're much slower in the RPMs, and we're just cruising. Now the fun part. Let's see if we can dump it. I'm actually in a worse spot than I was last time when dumping, but this is where I want the dirt in with. And with the Coyote tractor, it's not as fun pushing around dirt to get the piles where you want it as it is with the skid steer. So I try to put the dirt exactly where I want it. That way all I'm having to do is just kind of fine grade it with. So we're gonna push the clutch in. There we go. Get the PTO spinning and let's go for a little dump. See what happens. So far, so good. We're still going, we're still going. She's chugging, she's chugging. Come on, old girl. I'm trying not to give it throttle because that's when it started making those weird grinding noises and all that. We don't like that. So we're just gonna let her idle on up, chug on up, but I'm feeling a lot more confident. We might actually be able to get a couple more loads out today, other than I just had Danny follow me all the way out here with the tractor. And he's still not here yet. He just texted me saying this thing's not fast, but it'll keep up with the truck. I didn't put it into the highway gear, so that thing's got a 3-speed transmission on the Coyote. Well, 3-speed rear end, 4-speed transmission, so 12 gears altogether. So if you put it in 4th gear plus high on the rear end, that thing cooks. Like, it gets going scary fast. So I left it in the mid-range gear, but that in 4th gear is actually pretty decent. So he should have kept up with me. I don't know if he's in 4th gear or not, but we'll see when he gets here. Come on, old girl. Good news is though, if it doesn't want to dump this time, we'll have the tractor here to scoop some of that out. But we're getting close. Just a matter of will it all get out, because it's pretty sticky. There we go, that's a good sound. Oh yeah, we are almost all the way up. All right, made it. Now we'll put her into 1st gear. We should probably take her out of low. And let's pull forward. We'll dump what's left. Oh yeah, see, this is how this day was supposed to go. This is kind of what I anticipated. The old girl is back in action, y'all. She did flawlessly on that trip. That's exactly what I expected the truck to do, so that's good. I do hear Danny. Danny's finally making it up here. Oh, these piles look like nothing now that I see them on the ground standing next to them. Yeah, but now that that's working, and I think I can get a system together now. Again, you can see the sun's kind of starting to go down already. I hate these early days. Can't wait till we get, you know, sun setting at like 8 o'clock at night.
Drives itself. You can get one of those, that sticker right there, or prdoucts.com. Also get you that hoodie. And before I get the hate in the comments, it's been a while since I've driven double clutch. So it's like, okay, you know what? Truck might have been operator error. I get it, but it is what it is. Forget about it. Go to workprodapparel.com. Go get yourself some stuff. And we have Chris.
Now remember what I said, we're digging up like 3 to 8 inch rocks? You got a bunch of these that get dug up, and it sucks because they'll get underneath the actual box itself, right underneath that back blade right there, and then it creates this big old rut as you're pulling, and it holds the rest of the blade up off the ground. So all you're doing is just making this big old divot in the middle. It gets really annoying, but every like 20 feet you find a big patch of those, or you find this big monster. Chris, you got me, buddy?
Oh, you got that.
You got me?
You got a gym at your house. I don't.
You want to take us home so you have a gym at your house? I don't think this one moving. Danny! Yep, let's see it, buddy.
I don't know. That one's actually pretty big.
But yeah, you guys can see there's these big veins of just rock that go across the road. And it's the most frustrating thing. And then I don't want to be like everybody else that grades out roads and leaves all the rocks. So I go back and walk the road when I'm done.
Come on, Danny.
There's like nowhere to grab it.
It's like the Atlas stones in the, you know, World's Strongest Man competitions.
I would help you guys, but I don't want to get my Nikes dirty.
Is that a fart or is that a...
No, that was me grunting.
Okay. This one might be a tractor move there. I don't think this one's going anywhere. Very envious of those of you out there that have like just nice pastures and fields that you can just run back and forth. The dirt is good, there's no rocks in them, because there's nothing more frustrating than doing what I'm doing right now, and every like 10 feet you hit a vein of rock and it like totally undoes what you were doing back there. So, and then the worst part is I go back again afterwards and I pick up every single rock and try to get it all off the road because nobody wants to drive over rocks. So yeah, it's not the most fun thing in the world, but we're doing really good. You can see most of the road is already done. I'm doing probably 1 or 2 more passes. I'm gonna doctor up a little bit of where that pipe is, and then I think we're gonna call it good for the day because, well, the sun is setting. So I thought we'd probably get like maybe 8 to 10 loads out here. Now while I'm going along here, I'm constantly adjusting the angle side to side this way if the box blade is straight on, this way, and then I'm also adjusting the pitch of the box blade. So the way that I have the rippers set up right now, there's barely dangling down. So if I actually pitch the box blade forward, the rippers will dig down into the ground, and then I kick it back straight to kind of plane it out smooth. You can see behind me right now, I have the rippers down a little bit. I don't have hydraulic rippers on this box blade. Some blades do, where you can actually push a button, where you can actually just throw a lever and the hydraulics will push the rippers down into the ground and then bring them back up when you don't need them. But since I don't have that, I've kind of made do with just angling the blade differently and leaving the rippers down just a hair. Now watch, I'll press this lever, which will make the blade come up in the front and get the rippers up out the ground. She's not exactly as dialed as I would like, but I mean, you can see from this morning where there's the culvert pipe that comes through. This was just a giant, big rutted out mess. It is now smooth, the big rut is gone. The dirt that we brought in gets a little sticky and mushy, so once this dries out a little bit better, I will come through and do a couple more passes to really fine grade it. I do wish I had a little more dirt padded up on top of that pipe, but again, you know, we spent most of the day with truck troubles. I'm honestly surprised I got as much done as I did. Went all the way up to the top of the road up there and then got about 3/4 of the way to the bottom. You know, again, we'll have to come out another day and finish out the bottom down there. And then even beyond this road is another road that I like to go take care of for those neighbors up there. I don't know any of them personally, but they've been very appreciative anytime I've gone up there. And I don't mind doing my part, you know, it's basically just time and diesel to come out here and do all of this. And now that I dug out this culvert pipe so it actually drains again, I don't think we're gonna have as big of issues as we had, and the road's not gonna get anywhere near as bad as it was. I just gotta keep an eye on this because apparently nobody else does and nobody ever cleans that thing out. Look at Coyote though. Coyote looking good with that sunset back there. I love that tractor, y'all. You know, Janet's skid steer, but we make do with what we got. So we're gonna head back to the house now. Danny took the truck back. Truck's running good again, so thankfully, you know, we don't have any major issues. Just some little minor tweaks we had to make today. You know, the rock picking part of all of this is probably the worst because I can't just drive past a pile of rocks and be like, yeah, I'm going home. So every couple of feet I stop and I grab whatever rocks got turned up and we get them out of the road. Y'all can see in areas like this where it's just all blue granite chunks and rocks, like there's just nothing you can do. The box blade just skips over top of them. These things don't have down pressure. These tractors don't have down pressure. So basically the box blade is always kind of in a constant float. So any rock or anything you hit that bounces it up, just completely like picks it up over the rock. I don't know if a downforce kit is something that exists, but it sure would be nice on one of these things. Okay, we've made it back to the house and now you'll see why I put lighting on all of my equipment. We got the Coyote lighting up Danny's trailer, the Mini X lighting its own way. Danny's gonna be borrowing the Mini X, so you know, just say a prayer for it.
Thanks. At least I know how to operate.
All right. Alrighty guys, well unfortunately again today didn't go as planned, but thankfully the truck's in working order. We did get a lot more done than I had anticipated, so it wasn't all for nothing. Danny is now taking off, taking the Mini X, and gonna go do some work with that thing. But with that, we're gonna wrap up as always. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not subscribed already, please click the subscribe button now, that way you do not miss out on any future content. Don't forget to give this video a like, get a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out workforapparel.com because if there's anything you want in this life, you gotta be willing to work for it. You guys are the best. I'm out.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah.